Welcome in, friends. Welcome. Welcome to episode 9 of Shop Talk. This is our virtual creator makerspace. I'm your host, KendyK, all day. Y'all, I have been so super excited to come for this Friday afternoon episode of Shop Talk. This is our makerspace. It is what we make it. It is a collective of small and new content creators, but really, Shop Talk is open to all content creators. This is a safe space. So thank you all for joining us for episode 9. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's go ahead and get right to the meat of the matter. We have 2 objectives today, and that is we're going to work on the fan leaderboards and learn about that new feature. You might have already peeped at that feature as you have been holding live streams. It's a live feature, a new live feature that was being piloted, but now has been rolled out across all YouTube channels. And then we're going to take a second look at those YouTube partner program policy changes. That was a mouthful. The YouTube partner program policy changes. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. If you're ready, let's go. So you might have noticed I just took a screenshot from episode 7 of Shop Talk from yesterday. And the leaderboard was actually active. And so that's what you see on the right side of our images. On the screen, you see that leaderboard in purple over there. And have you noticed those little crowns with a 1 or 2 or 3? If you've had a recent live or you've been a viewer in someone else's live, you might have noticed the 1, the 2, and the 3, and those little crowns, which are actually badges that your viewers who attend your live streams for your channel can earn. Again, this has been rolled out now across all YouTube channel platforms. And I'll explain a little bit more about it. So in case you're not familiar with the live leaderboard function, it is a way for that YouTube has given us access to so that we can continue to have good engagement. We know that the more our viewers, as content creators, we know that the more our viewers are engaged in the chat, i.e. hitting the like button, i.e. typing down in the chat, typing messages in the chat, or if you are monetized fully or even partially monetized, and if your channel is eligible to receive super stickers, super chats, or gifts, all of those things would give your viewers points on your leaderboard. But this is, again, is only a live function. So keep that in mind. And if you want to see, I took a screen capture after yesterday's live stream, and I can see on that leaderboard that Gemini Diva was our top chatter, and she was the most engaged during that live stream. She earned a whopping 225 experience points. And then Monique Powell, if you're familiar with that content creator, she earned 150 experience points. Y'all, my eyes are tired on this Friday. I see so many joining in the chat, and I appreciate that. And thank you for engaging. And Brit Family Fun had a very impressive score in experience points. She took the 3rd place on the leaderboard with 150 experience points. And there will always be a crown at the top of that leaderboard. That leaderboard will always kind of be on your chat in this location, especially in a desktop situation. And if you look at the top of that, there will be a number, and that number represents the person who, like, it would only show my experience points, right? If I was chatting in, let's say, Gemini Diva 79's live stream, it would only show my experience point score at the top, at the very top, right? But then all throughout the chat, what you would begin to see is who is wearing the crown, because the leaderboard would change in real time. So just a little explanation about that. And again, it is only enabled during your live streams, and there's nothing you have to do to enable it or disable it. It was in a pilot situation, and now it has been rolled out to all YouTube channels. So that's exciting. That's exciting. In the chat, let us know, has anyone else had a live stream in the past week or two and actually saw that in action on their channel during a live stream? I'd like to say, greetings, Gemini Diva. Sunflower. Hello, Sunflower. Soul Session, welcome in. Soul Session is also well known to us as Wanda the Wellness Lady. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Coach Mean, hello. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, one and all. Y'all, we're going to go ahead and get ready to come up on panel. So if you are interested in joining us on this live stream to help me co-host, we have already discussed the leaderboard. So this is going to be a session, well, we'll respond to the needs of our audience, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you joining me. And because this is our makerspace, it is our collective of new and small content creators. And let's just collaborate and grow. And this is part of that collaboration. If you've not already dropped your channel link into the chat, go ahead and do that. And feel free to continue to do that, because again, it's another way for you to engage in this live stream and also to collaborate with other content creators like yourself. And so I want you to do that. And I'm going to do that myself so that I can make sure that friends can connect with me, in case you might be new to my channel and new to my content. And if you are, welcome, friend, welcome. This is KendyK all day. And I'm a new YouTube content creator in these YouTube streets, and I'm on the road to 4,000 watch hours towards monetization. And I appreciate your confidence in joining this live stream today. This is a learning space, and this is a safe space. So if you haven't already done so, please drop your channel link and continue to drop your channel link. I hope that you can see how that is flowing in order to drop your channel link. If you're interested in the Nightbot application, check the description box, y'all. I packed that description box for this video. It is chock full of resources about everything that we're going to be looking at today. And I did that with you as a content creator in mind. So I just kind of took the posture. What would I want to know more about the leaderboard? So you have an additional resource to check back that gives you much more information than I was able to discuss during this live stream. And then regarding the YouTube Partner Program, that's the monetization program of YouTube and AdSense. And many of us here, I know that is our goal, to get monetization and then beyond, right? Monetization, reaching that level of monetization and being accepted into the YouTube Partner Program is just the first step. It just all starts again, because you want to continue to put out good content that is monetizable, right? That AdSense and Google, our friends at Google, are actually able to attach ads to, and so that as your views grow, your revenue for that individual video will also grow. We've got some content creators who are already monetized in this stream, and so I'm so proud of that, and that you all are here with us, because this is a safe learning space for all. So I appreciate your support. Friends, I'm going to do this slide, and while I do, I'm going to drop the channel link up for us, so that if you do want to join me on panel, you will have a moment to gather yourself and join us on panel. Please make sure, wait a minute now. Have y'all ever felt like that? I know how I'm feeling right now in this moment. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. And I always feel kind of like that right after we've had a longer holiday weekend. And since we had Friday off last week for the holiday, yeah, I've been kind of thrown off this whole week. And so thank goodness it is Friday. Welcome in. I see new friends gathering. Welcome in, Soul Session. Hello. Happy Friday, Jared Talks. Happy Friday. Welcome in, friends. I'm happy to have you join me on the panel. Welcome in. Y'all, so let's talk about YouTube Studio. Go ahead and use that link. There's a link now in the chat, and it has the word StreamYard on it. So go ahead and use that link if you'd like to come up on panel, and go ahead and start getting your watch hours on your channel and on your stream. Friends, as we look at YouTube Studio, we're going to talk about those updates. We talked about it during episode 7, and so we're going to continue that discussion and just go back over those things. So, because I know the more we discuss it as content creators in our safe space, this is Shop Talk, our virtual content creator maker space, I know that we'll all get greater understanding, and then we'll move forward with confidence as we create good content on our respective channels. Y'all, thank you for joining me. So this is where you go to access the information, okay? This is where you go to access the information for the new updates. These updates go into effect, friends, next Tuesday, July the 15th, 2025. These new updates go into effect. And this is how I found them initially. But if you have trouble finding them at all, know that I've already put a link in the description box of this video so that you can access them on your own at your leisure. So there is a direct link, and there's lots of resources associated with this. I even found a video from a reputable content creator that YouTube has worked with to put out good content about these YouTube partner program changes that directly affect monetization. And these go into effect as of July the 15th, 2025. Friends, that's next week. So you can use YouTube Studio. Y'all, I'm going to drop the channel link again for you, but it's already in the chat. And while I do, would you go ahead and make sure that you're connecting with others in the chat by continuing to drop your channel link in the chat? Thank you, friends. Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay, so I use YouTube Studio. Hi, friends. Here I am. I use YouTube Studio, and I used my browser. So that means I went to my laptop or your desktop computer. And friends, in order to fully see the capabilities of YouTube Studio, we'll talk about that in an episode or two of Shop Talk, our virtual makerspace, the importance of using studio.youtube.com from a desktop, from an internet browser, and not just from the abbreviated app on your phone. You can do your shorts that way, but you should not be, and YouTube will tell you this, you should not be uploading. It's not advised that you upload long format videos using the YouTube Studio app from your phone. The optimal way that benefits you most is to do so using an internet browser. Oh, thank you, Juicy and Rob. Thank you, friend. Thank you so much. So what I would do, friends, y'all, it is Friday. My brain is shutting down on me. Let me go fast so that my brain doesn't shut down on me. I need y'all up here to help me in to co-host. Please join me and support the cause here as we all learn together and grow. Especially, I've found so many resources moving forth today concerning these YouTube partner program policies. But this is what it looks like on your screen, friend. And you can kind of think about it as 4 columns of information from the dashboard of YouTube Studio. And so your channel profile, and then the menu bar is the first column. And then in the second column, you have, a quick look at a glance of your most recent content. And below that, your most recent post to your community. Welcome in, Anna Banana. Welcome in, A1 Clip World. You all are welcome to come join me on the panel as well. This is a safe space, and so we want all who enter here to feel welcome to join the panel and gain watch hours on your channel at the same time. And the third column, again, you see information regarding your most recent subscribers to your channel. It does not represent the totality of your recent subscribers, because it can only list those who are most recently subscribed to your channel, and it never will represent those who have chosen to keep their subscriptions private. I always like to give that caveat, because it was a big misunderstanding that I had initially as a new content creator. So then in the fourth column, that's what I wanted to get to, friends, is that fourth column that you see all the way to the right. So you might have to use your trackpad on your laptop or your mouse, whatever you need to do. If you're in an internet browser, on a device, on a tablet, etc., you want to get all the way over there to that fourth column, which is typically not visible, right? But that column does not have your content in it. It actually has YouTube content that is meant for you and your channel. It is kind of curated for you and your channel, depending on your channel statistics. It might be sharing some new ways for you to do things. It might share some new content creation material, but I don't know a person yet who has looked for these YouTube Partner Program guidelines that did not find them in the fourth column. Why? Because they affect all content creators. These changes that go into effect on July the 15th affect all content creators. So in that fourth column, if you go all the way to the right and all the way to the bottom, you're going to also have to go all the way to the bottom. Check that from your studio.youtube.com, and then you want to look for expansion of the channel permissions. Yeah. See, most friends try to click on this one, upcoming changes. That's not the right one. It's the one above that. Expansion of channel permissions. And if all else fails, friends, if you don't have it in, or maybe you don't right at this moment have a laptop computer or a desktop computer or even a tablet, all that you have is access to studio.youtube.com from your cell phone. And then, friends, then you need to go into the description box of this video because I do have a link ready to go for you so that you can access these new policy updates that go into effect on July the 15th. And so actually there's a series of 2 different policies, and one of them is related to adult content. And so I don't do that type of content on KendyK's channel, so I'm going to skip right over that one. But if you do, you want to check that first one out. But we're all interested in the one where I have the black arrow, and these are the updates, the changes in policy to the YouTube Partner Program, which is the monetization program. Okay. Okay, and thank you, Juicy and Raw with Lala, plant-based nutrition. You are really giving us good content. And Lala says, if you need to get to studio.youtube.com and get a greater access, close your YouTube Studio app and open a web browser on your phone so that you'll have some of the greater capabilities. Great idea. See how we're working together. Thank you, Lala. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Y'all, I welcome you to come and get some of these watch hours for us. Y'all, the channel link, we're continuing to drop. I'm continuing to drop that channel link. Thank you, Anna Banana. I love that channel name. Thank you for joining us today. And Anna, if you are a content creator, please, by all means, go ahead and type those words in the chat, and it will automatically drop your channel link so that folks can connect with you, check out your content, and if they like what they see, they'll know how to connect, and you all can connect with each other. I appreciate you all so much. And this is what those updates look like. This is what you'll see. Look for the green box. Okay, just look for the green box once you click through. And if you have any trouble, go ahead and check out. Go ahead and check out from your a computer, or check in the description box of this video, and you can also find links to the policy updates that go into effect on July the 15th. Friends, we are moving and grooving today, and so this is great. This is great for a Friday. I love this. Okay. And so I'm going to make this really, really large, and that's going to take my picture away, but I'll still be here in the background narrating for you. So the key changes and implications are these. YouTube is reminding all content creators about the emphasis on originality and authenticity. Look at those 2 words, originality and authenticity. Y'all, it is called YouTube for a reason. They want to partner through the YouTube Partnership Program. They want to partner with content creators who are both original and authentically sharing themselves via their YouTube channel. And so that is the authenticity. And it's, to me, when you think about what is the goal, what was the reason, what was the impetus for these new guidelines, because you've seen it, you have seen some of the trash that is in the YouTube streets. I don't know another way to say it. You know, you've seen it, and yeah, it's kind of becoming more of that than the good quality content that drew us into watching YouTube as viewers, and now being on that YouTube and monetization journey to monetization and beyond. And so that was the reason for the new policies. Welcome in, Lakeside Laura. Welcome in, y'all. If you haven't dropped your channel link in the chat in a bit, I would just keep dropping that in there, because that is how folks will be able to quickly click on that link and connect with you. Y'all, let's all just collaborate and go and grow. And if you want to join me on panel and collect watch hours or not, I'd be happy to have you up here. If you've never been on a panel, is what we call them, and I call it co-hosting with me. If you've never been on one of these, this is certainly the time for you to practice and in a safe space so that you will feel confident to host your own streams, using the YouTube technology that is available as part of your channel, or even using a companion application like StreamYard. This live stream today is being powered by StreamYard, and that is what is allowing me to share the watch hours for this stream with you. And I'm happy to do so because I think we can grow, collaborate, and grow together. Yeah, I see friends connecting with a sunflower. Thank you so much. I'm trying to remember all my little list of things that I wanted to do and try out today. Let's see. Hey, I thought when I set it up, it was, I don't know. Well, it's blue now. So I'm trying out some new features. I see, yeah. So the emphasis again, friends, is on originality and authenticity. And so what they're going to be trashing now, okay, they're trying to weed out all of that mass-produced content and that content that is repetitious, largely created because of, AI is powerful, and especially to a content creator, to you as a content creator, because it's so valuable and useful to me as a content creator, but put into the wrong hands, as it has been for some. They have malicious intent, and YouTube is aware of it and now wants to kind of clean up, right? Clean up. Y'all, thank you so much for joining us. Juicy and Raw with Lala, plant-based nutrition. Welcome in, friend. Hi, Emmanuel's Aquarium and Entertainment. I've been over there to your street and your house in the last couple of days. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Y'all, I'm going to drop that channel link one more time, that StreamYard link one more time. It'll be in the chat. Look for the link that says StreamYard so you can join me on panel and collect watch hours on your channel as we discuss. We have a question on the screen here. It says, this is a question from Gemini Diva 79, a new content creator. Welcome in, Gemini Diva. Can you give some examples of what is considered mass-produced content? Oh, for sure. It is content that is AI generated, that you find the same content over and over and over and over and over, or they might sell you that content, like you or I'm not going to call them a content creator, but people who have the wrong intentions for YouTube and the YouTube partner program. They could even go to any other myriad of sites outside of YouTube and just buy up these videos that were created by AI, drop them in as their content, and they didn't create it. They don't even know what it is, and they're making their rounds around the world. Okay. Drop in the chat. Let me know. Do you know what I'm talking about? That's what they mean. Gemini Diva, what a great question. That is what they mean by the mass-produced and repetitious content. And by repetitious, that means repeating content, right? If you continue to put up the same video over and over and over again, they're saying they're cracking down on that as well. Okay. One thing we know as a content creator, all of your content is supposed to be what? Original. It is not supposed to be reused content, not your reused content or anybody's reused content. So keep that in mind. Thank you, Anna Banana. I appreciate that. Ooh, I love your profile picture, Anna Banana. Manuel's Aquarium. I'm going to put some of these up here so that friends can see each other. And thank you for your participation. Thank you so much. Juicy and Raw, Lala, plant-based nutrition is here with us. Friends, I'm trying to check the chat, and it's a lot of moving parts today. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank you for your patience. I'm learning in this moment, y'all. That is why I started Shop Talk, the content creator makerspace, because I was new to live streams. I just started doing live streams at the end of March of this year. And so I still have a lot to learn. So I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your patience. So many friends are gathering. So many friends are gathering. Okay. Lakeside Laura has a question. Laura, do you want to come up on panel and talk about it, or do you want to share a little bit more through the chat? I don't know what you mean by an Alexa video. I'm not certain I know what that is. I know who Alexa is, but what do you mean by an Alexa video? I'll give Alexa Laura a moment to respond. If anyone else has any questions, Gemini Diva just gave us a great question. Alexa Laura has a question for us. We are the collective, y'all. We are the collective of content creators. And let's help out Lakeside Laura flush through these new YouTube partner program policies. If you have not read the policies with your own eyes, drop in the description box of this video. I have many links. I even have a video for you to use as a reference about the YouTube partner program. And we've already talked about, so if you weren't here when we talked about that live leaderboard feature that was released on all YouTube channels recently. Yeah, check that out, friends. Check that out. Give me just a moment here. Okay, we'll keep going. And Lakeside Laura, if you see that you are able to share a little bit more about that, or if someone is in the chat can provide me clarity, and we'll just kind of flush it out together. We'll flush it out together. Other key changes and implications. There is, friends, again, it's part of the new policies for July of 2025. Now, what YouTube says is that really is that they are just reiterating and making sure that in 2025 that attention to originality and authenticity as a content creator, you maintain that originality and authenticity as a content creator, that same authenticity that made you want to create a channel with you being you, showing up as yourself, creating quality content that is capable of being monetized, right? That is who they want in the partner program. And so some other key changes are the focus on value addition, right? Make sure that all of your content has significant value added. Significant value added. Meaning you shouldn't just be posting to post something, right? It should be something that is of quality and represents you and your channel well. I see friends continuing to drop their channel links in the chat, and I appreciate that so much. I really do. I really do. But thank you all so much. Thank you all for joining me. I wasn't sure if friends were going to gather on a Friday, but I do thank those who are here, y'all. Fit and Flexi with Lala Plant-Based Nutrition. It says, thank you, Lala. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear heart. Y'all, and so with that in mind, I wanted to bring you, I missed one. I wanted to bring you some examples so that we could kind of flush through this. This might help us provide further clarification if we looked at some real content creators in these YouTube streets and we kind of evaluated their content against these guidelines. So take one of my favorite people in the YouTube streets. It's Fire with Dr. Ninja Turtle. But I was on live on Dr. Turtle's live stream this morning, and he was talking. He calls it Finance Fridays on each and every Friday at 10:15. It's Finance Fridays, and it's about just an hour of power long, and he delivers great content. Today, he had 5 ways for you to increase your net worth and lower your debt. And it was just great. It was just great. And so many friends were gathered there on that live stream. So if you did not catch it during the live stream, you should now be able to access that for a replay situation. But great content. So let's see if Dr. Ninja Turtle's content and channel are going to meet these new guidelines. Did he add significant value to the body and the repository of content available on YouTube? I hope you're saying absolutely yes. All of his content is related to financial independence, to reducing your debt, to living a financially free life, and retiring early. That's the content that Dr. Ninja Turtle brings to the YouTube streets. And everyone that knows him knows that there's only one Ninja Turtle. So he is, in fact, very authentic. That, again, that is one of the key premises of the YouTube partner program, is they want to reward outstanding creators who create authentic content. They want to include them as part of the partner program and monetize their videos so that they can earn ad revenue. And then storytelling. Storytelling is a significant part of the new policy that's being reiterated. And certainly Dr. Ninja has his testimony, his story, his origin story of how he began to even offer a YouTube channel with the goal of trying to help others become financially independent and financially free so that others can also retire early. You've got to hear his stories. And so, yep, he meets that requirement, the storytelling requirement. And then, is this original commentary? Is this original commentary? You should not be uploading content that has been previously uploaded. Y'all, they said original commentary. And so I think everyone understands that. So congratulations, Dr. Ninja Turtle. According to KendyK, okay? According to KendyK, I think your content clearly meets that threshold for authenticity, adding significant value to the body of video-based content available on YouTube, okay? Does it have a value? Or is it just being created for the purpose of putting something out there for the purpose of trying to get monetization or getting ad revenue? Because that's the trash that they want to flush out from the YouTube system. Storytelling. Yes, storytelling. He tells lots of stories, gives lots of examples, and just from his life, the man has lived a full life, and he is for real a PhD. That's amazing as well. And his content is truly original. So thank you, Dr. Ninja. And I didn't ask for permission, but I took it. I took that liberty, and I appreciate that because he has taught me so much about YouTube, and he's a thought partner for me. And so that is why, again, another reason why I wanted to create this virtual makerspace for content creators to gather, to collaborate, to share ideas, to share experiences so that we can all learn and grow together. Y'all, thank you all for continuing to drop your channel link. If anyone would like to come up and join me on the stream, I'm going to go ahead and drop that one more time. Y'all, it's up to you, but I would sure appreciate someone coming up here, a couple of you just joining me. If you wouldn't mind, I would feel better because I kind of, well, maybe you're, I added a whole bunch. I don't know how that's going to work. Oops. I tapped it like 20 times. But anyway, that's the link so that you can join me on the panel if you would like. I appreciate you. Y'all, and then we have another example. Let's take a look at Bambi Palermo. Content creator. I'm a subscriber to Bambi Palermo. And if you know Bambi, then you know why I subscribe to Bambi. And y'all, Bambi is, wow, new content creator in these YouTube streets, just like myself and just like you. And so I like her content, and so I hit that subscribe button. And so again, Bambi has a great channel. Bambi does a lot of things on her channel, and that's part of that authenticity, friends. That's part of that originality that each of us can have on our channel. You can make your channel be whatever it is that you want it to be. YouTube is about you being you. And as we talked about in episode 1 of Shop Talk, you, friends, you are your brand. And so Bambi does a lot of things on her channel, but one of the things that is super cool is that she does these animated stories, cartoons. I don't know what she calls them, but they're some kind of wonderful. And if you're into that thing, but recently, just this past week, y'all, that is kind of my cartoon image of KendyK all day. What do you think? Drop in the chat. Does that look like KendyK all day? Let me know what you think. And then I also just dropped a link to Bambi's channel if you want to check out Bambi's channel. And she frequently does that with content creators and others. And wow, she created this whole story about KendyK all day. So check it out. It is called KendyK all day, cannoli, confessions, and communion. Y'all, it's a hoot. It's a hoot. So check that one out over at Pizzaverse, which is Bambi Palermo. Bambi's got some great new merchandise. So if you do check her out, let her know KendyK sent you. Would you do that for me? Thank you all so much. And I'm dropping her channel link in the chat one more time, just so that friends who have not yet had the pleasure of connecting with Bambi are able to do so. Friends, so if we look at her content, because she heavily uses AI in order to create these cartoons, these stories, and so does the new policy, according to the new policy, is her content in jeopardy? And so, I just kind of used the language of the policy as the guide. So 1, is her content authentic? Friends, she made a cartoon, a story about KendyK all day, right? It's called Cannoli, Confessions, and Communion. Right? Y'all, if that's not authentic, I don't know what it is. Is this original? Yes. Y'all, when you watch the cartoon, you're going to crack up. Tampa, you are mentioned in this cartoon, Tampa. So you want to go over, y'all, you can see this on Pizzaverse, which is Bambi's channel. Or I also have a link in my post, if you are my subscriber, that gives you the link to access this video. And it'll just take you quickly over to Bambi's channel as well. Of course, I want you to watch it on Bambi's channel. It's amazing. So it doesn't matter if you get the link from my post on my community page, or if you get it directly, connect directly with Bambi. Y'all check out that video. It's KendyK all day, cannolis, confessions, and communion. And yes, there's a character named Tampa in this, Tampa's Creek Homestead and More. Yes, there's the character named Tampa in this movie. So storytelling, does she make use of storytelling? Yes, she does. And that's what they told you to focus on. They said be authentic, be original, and make sure that there's a heavy emphasis of your human presence in storytelling and in all commentary. Right? That's what I'm providing right now. I'm not telling stories. I'm providing what? Commentary as the collective of content creators, discuss these new policies that go into effect July the 15th. And then unique editing. Has she made use of unique editing? Because they said those are the things that they want to see. Originality, authenticity, and or unique editing. Friends, I wish I did know how to make use of AI and use ChatGPT and train AI and ChatGPT to create KendyK all day in cartoon form. But she has kind of mastered it because I said, well, my goodness, that does kind of look like me. Y'all drop in the chat. Let me know. I want to know. Do you think that looks like me or not? I kind of think it does. I kind of think it does. I just, y'all, watch the video. That's all I can say. So she certainly makes use of unique editing, and then that human transformation. That is also language in the policies for the YouTube Partner Program. What do they mean by human transformation? Are you doing something that positively advances humanity? Like if you're talking about self-care, if you're talking about making good choices, if you're talking about improving your health or the health of the viewer, if you're talking to them about how to resolve conflicts with others, if you're talking to them about their faith life, right? That's what they mean when they say human transformation. That's what that means. Anything positive that positively affects viewers or yourself, if that is what your content is about, that is the content that they want to see on YouTube. Isn't it starting to make sense? You showing up as your authentic self, delivering, uploading only original, high quality content that represents you and your channel well. That's what they want. And they're going to weed out all other things. Okay. Let me see. I think we have another question here. And I'm going to stop that banner because I can't. Okay, there. That's a little bit better. Okay. So Gemini Diva, thank you for this second question, Gemini Diva. If you all have any questions, please go ahead and drop those in the chat for me. I would certainly appreciate it because we're growing and learning together, friends. We're growing and learning together. I'll also drop the link for StreamYard in case anyone wants to come up and join me on panel and certainly gain watch hours on their channel at the same time. The question from Gemini Diva, will using AI in my content be a violation? Will using AI in my content be a violation according to the new policies? And friends, if you are in the chat, you're a content creator just like myself, please help me help Gemini Diva with this response. Gemini Diva, I'm trying to, you let me know if I have this right. You're asking, I use AI. Yes, I use AI for content creation. I use AI today as I worked on this content, right? For our makerspace for today. Y'all, look, I started thinking and now I have a co-host with me. Are you good to go, co-host?
Wait a minute. Wait
Okay.
1 second. 1 second.
You just give me a thumbs up when you're ready. So I use AI, friends. I used AI today, okay? And last night as I was preparing for episode 8 of Shop Talk, our virtual content creator makerspace. Welcome in, Jeffrey W. Welcome in. So many friends are gathering. My apologies if I am missing you. I want to put everyone up. There's Anna Banana. Let's throw her up there so friends can see her. And Britt Family Fun has rung in and is now my co-host. Thank you, Britt, for joining me. I certainly appreciate that. Jeffrey W. is in the building. So when you come to the panel, what Britt is probably working on, Britt, you're totally fine. What Britt is working on is when she came to the panel, she hit the little button and she opened a stream on her channel. And I can look and see that, yep, you're in there, Britt. And so then Britt wants to go and make sure that Her stream is up and running. She has retitled that, whatever Britt wants to retitle it. And I hope Britt has taken a moment to send out a post to her community folks and let them know that she is live with KendyK in the content creator maker space. And so that's why you might see people, it takes them a moment because there are a lot of moving parts, friends. There are a lot of moving parts. So if you've never used the StreamYard or you're new to it and have only used it as a viewer, this is a safe space to try it out. I hope you would agree with that. Britt, are you ready now, friend? I want you to come up and share with your channel. Tell us a little bit about your channel. Looks like she's finishing up. I'll finish up this one then, Britt. So take your time. Okay, so these are things that will cause you to get your channel demonetized. Okay, so these are things to avoid. That's why I put them in red. It says channels that fail to meet these updated guidelines. It doesn't matter if you were. I'm fully monetized. I've been fully monetized for 5 years, and that's not me, friends. I am a new content creator. I'm on the path to get to that final leg of the monetization journeys so that I can apply and become fully monetized. So I still need to get to the 4,000 watch hours. And I know that there are others like that, but there's so many content creators who have been doing YouTube for 10, 15 years. I know if you are a content creator, I know you have heard and seen the videos. Y'all, hold on just a second. I did not plug in. Give me just one moment. Let me plug in before this thing shuts down on us. Hold on just a moment. I forgot to put in one plug. So there are so many content creators who have had channels for years, but then may have recently lost their channel or their channel was demonetized. And what they're saying is that these new regulations don't just apply to friends who are trying to become monetized, but they apply to everyone. So if you have content that was out of compliance according to the policies that we looked at, then you want to go back through all of your videos. Yep, all of them, because they said they could cancel the monetization on a video if they don't like the content you created, if it's not original, if it's not authentic, if it is repetitious, right? They have the right to take the monetization off of that video. They could suspend you from the YouTube partnership program, which means none of your content would be monetized, and even cancel your channel. Okay. All of those things could in fact happen. And so be very careful. I mean, just the thought of that scares me tremendously. And so it's a time for us to take quick inventory of your own content, friends. You've got to take inventory of your own content. And then labeling requirements. Okay. Are you ready, Britt?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Britt. I'm bringing up our co-host, and I want you all to see her in all her glory. Thank you for joining me, Britt, and welcome. Happy Friday to you, friend. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And again, I am Yolanda, and the name of my channel is Brit Family Fun. I am a variety channel. It just kind of started out with me allowing my son, who's on the autism spectrum. I call him the professor, but his name is Nehemiah. He does fun facts. My 11-year-old, his name is Solomon. I don't know. He's a kid, so he wants to call himself Little Solo. I just think that's so funny. But he will make his cameo appearances from time to time as well. Also, I do love to cook, whether that's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Sometimes the heat has been so riveting that turning over the oven is not in the cards. If it ain't cooking on stove top or something I can get quick, fast, in a hurry, like a sandwich, pasta salad, something like that, I'm like, nah, I ain't doing it. It's too hot to be cooking macaroni and cheese and ribs and all that kind of stuff. I don't need.
Britt, I feel you on that. Britt, I have
Yes,
not cooked
but I
all
will.
week.
Hopefully, I'll be getting
This
that.
is what I've had. I've had protein shakes, ice cold protein shake, or a salad, because it just,
Listen,
I can't eat heavy food in this heat. It almost makes me
I can't.
nauseous.
It makes me
I haven't
nauseous.
eaten
I've
a real
always
meal
been
all
like
week.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
y'all,
always
it's
been
heat.
like that.
It's hot, y'all, and everybody across the country is talking. Y'all, something ain't right. Something ain't right. But we'll talk about that on another day. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Britt, what do
So
you
yeah, go
tell
ahead.
us a little bit about your channel? And you've already
Yes, ma'am.
shared a little bit about your channel, and you can continue to
Yes.
talk about your channel, co-host.
Yes, ma'am. So this is a variety channel, like I said. Um, I just started out like doing a little cooking. I think the first time I did something on here, I think fried some chicken or something. And I was so excited. And that time I wasn't a whole lot of people didn't know me, but I just kind of stuck with it. And like I said, my son does fun facts. He is on the autism spectrum, and my 11-year-old comes on as well. Sometimes he just likes to jump rope or do his little dance or exercise or things like that. So I just called it Brit Family Fun because I didn't want my boys or any of my children to be excluded. I am a mama of four, single mama of four, and I have two children on the spectrum. My goal is to uplift, to encourage, to inspire. I do love to come on here. I'm just a kind of an impromptu person when it comes to my lives. I'm not kind of, some people you have their regimented, they have their paper, thank you, and they do all the things, they
Mhm.
write it out, they have it down. Me, I'm just kind of a go with the flow type of person. And I love like when KendyK was talking about story time because I'm that type of person. And the way I do my story time is somebody could be talking and that could trigger a memory or something,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'll share a story about my life or something funny with my children, or sometimes it's not always necessarily funny. But I think I was on the Supremes live a couple of days ago, and
Uh-huh.
it was either him or are you locked in, Chip? He said when you
Okay.
go over there, you feel like you've been invited into his home. And that was big for me that somebody recognized that they feel comfortable like
Hmm.
that. I started my Get Fit with Brit segment, and I also will also be including conversations with Brit. I just gotta put it down, you know what I'm saying, and just come up with some good trending topics that are YouTube worthy,
Hmm.
that could
Hmm.
be discussed on conversations with Britt. So thank you so much, KendyK. She's such a gracious, gracious host. And
Oh,
I really appreciate you giving me this time to talk a little bit about my page. So if you haven't, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. But guess what? Don't forget my girl KendyK if you have not done so, because you're going to learn right here too. Thank
y'all,
you.
again, thank you, Brett, and co-host. Thank you. Y'all, 10 out of
You're
10.
welcome.
Highly recommended that you consider and that you subscribe to Brit Family Fun. Y'all, it is just all fun over there. And Brit, we
Yes.
have got to work out a schedule to collaborate, because I hate to tell you this, Brit, but I know I got my hula hoop, I think last Friday, and it is sitting in the floor in the box. And now
Listen, mine did too for a
we're at
while.
the
I
discount.
was nervous. I was nervous and scared with it. For me, it's supposed to be on your waist, and I know everybody's waist is in a different place.
Right,
My waist is
right.
high. Like it feels like under my boobs, so to speak. I ain't trying to be
Hmm.
funny, but that's where my waist is. I
Hmm.
have a high waist. So I tend to push my hoop down further, not
Okay,
all the way on my hip, but further
okay.
down so I can gain the control when I use the weighted hoop. Because when you're up
Okay.
higher, it is more difficult to control. Not saying that you can't, it takes time. It's a lot when it's all. I seen a girl doing it and I almost started sweating looking at her because she was working
Mm.
it. She had it high on her. She had a high waist. And so she
Hmm.
had it higher up there. And I
Hmm.
was like, okay, Lord, I'll get there. But for right now, hey, Mama G, I can control it better when it's lower to where I can maneuver it with my hip, like the original hula hoop was
Mm-hmm.
designed, because the original hula hoop was not designed to be all the way up here. Most people
Okay.
use the hula hoop with hip control, you
Yes.
know. But this one allows you some waist control. So I was like, I haven't got there yet. When you see me put it all the way up there, honey, baby, listen, I'm gonna be
Okay,
screaming on
so
this here
so so
live.
try to push it lower, as low as I can. Okay, well, that's my task for the weekend, is to
Yeah,
work
that's
that
what I
out,
do.
and then
And
I'm
I
gonna
don't put it
connect with
all the way
you.
on my hip, just enough.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna give him my best shot.
Yeah, I look
I'll,
forward
I'll
to
report
it.
back. But yeah, and Britt, y'all, if you when you get to her channel, you're gonna see this. You're gonna see this hula hoop, right? You're gonna see this weighted hula hoop, and Britt has a link on her channel page for you to purchase
Yes.
that. And
Yes, it's in
KendyK,
my description.
KendyK,
Yes, and
and
that not only
purchase
can you
that
just
using.
you don't have to just order a hoop. You can go through my link and order anything. If you just want to order some regular stuff to send to your house, and all of that is helpful. Like I said, don't be upset if there's times when you can't purchase anything from somebody. Guess what? Share it out. Word of mouth. Let somebody know, hey, KendyK over there, she got a juicer or egg thingy. I forgot the name of the egg thing you had, but let her know some of the gadgets that KendyK may have, or whatever. It's about just about
Collaborating.
helping each other.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it's all about.
we're better together. We can all just collaborate and continue to grow. Continue to grow. Y'all, I want to look at this last
Yes, that is
one.
my favorite word. Stronger together.
Strong. We are stronger. We are. Nothing can stop us. We work together. Friends, the last
No.
thing is the labeling requirements that are part of these new policies for the YouTube partner program. Friends, these were always the guidelines. Okay, they are reiterating them because now this is why they're going to demonetize your videos, your content. They might even demonetize your whole channel, remove you from the partner monetization program, or they could, terminate your whole channel because of this. If you use AI to generate images that look like KendyK, real images, like there's no confusion that when, Bambi made that beautiful cartoon, that was a cartoon image. But if you don't know, AI is now so advanced, right, that it can literally create an image that looks so like you. Okay, and it can create voices. You've endless amount of videos are out on YouTube right now, trash videos that they're trying to clean up and get those things out of there that sound like real people. But then you're like, what? Why is it just repeating? See, that's the repetitious they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
That's how you know that it wasn't a real person. It was just AI, right? And so,
Yeah.
and that's what they call it, y'all, is AI trash. Because we can get so much good information out of AI. Like I'm thinking back to someone's question earlier. They asked about, well, what if I do use AI in content creation? YouTube encourages you to use AI in content creation, y'all, but it's how you use it. And so I think it was Gemini Diva who was asking, if I use AI, am I at risk with these new policies? And I would say no, because let me tell you how I use AI today. I got my title, what I did is I got ideas for a title. I've got description information, and I asked it to give me some hashtags. Did you know you could get hashtags? All of these things make your content SEO optimized.
Oh, I need to
SEO,
do that.
search engine optimized, right? And yeah, I see right now
I'm
the
still
chat is
learning.
blowing up. So this must be content that we need to cover in the makerspace. So noted. I'll add that to our, y'all, we are the collective. This is our makerspace. And I invite everyone to continue to come back to the makerspace, is where you can collaborate and grow. You engage however you choose to engage. You can come up and be our co-host with Brit Family Fun and I, or you can remain in the chat and just in a listening posture, a learning posture. But if you have something to share about this issue or any other, please go ahead and post it in the chat so we can get it up on the screen, so we can all learn from that experience. But y'all, so if you create realistic visuals and voices, okay, realistic, that look like real people, okay, at a glance, you are required, it's not optional, you are required to disclose that to your viewers, which means you have to, because YouTube is available to anybody who clicks on the video on your thumbnail. So you have to disclose it fully to the entire YouTube nation, right? You have to, that disclosure has to be clicked, and which was going to put it on the front face of your content, that it is AI generated visuals and vocals that appear to be real people. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, Britt, it made me think about you. Go ahead and share what you shared yesterday.
Yeah, I was saying that I do love that entirely, because I discovered that on Facebook, like I was saying the other day when I was here with you. And Facebook, when you click on your page, they have a whole sheet. You can create whatever you want to create via AI, but the minute you click send, it says AI information at the top. So I totally get it. That's a nice way. They're not saying that we can't use it. You just have to make it known. And that's important. Take the time to scroll and look for the example, like she had up there, where it says, is this content altered? And then you pick yes. That way everybody knows, because guess what? AI is very intelligent, okay?
Yes.
And it could create a me. It might not be 100%, but it's gonna be doggone near close. And so they're trying to make sure that, because people are very crafty, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You have hackers and things that are much more intuitive and smart, and they may think that they're smarter than the people that YouTube hires to check and see if we're being
Then the
honest
programmers and stuff.
when using AI. But there's always going to be a distinct difference.
What is that?
When you create it. Well, like for instance, I have a friend that created a whole person of himself. You know what I'm saying? And when you go see it, you can tell that it's not exactly him. There are features and things that you can see noticeably if you pay attention. If you look at him, you look at that, you can definitely tell. Some people may not be able to, though, because the imagery that AI uses is, and I'm not no real technical person, I'm just telling you from things I've noticed even since I've been back on YouTube, that the imagery is out of this world. But if you look at the movements within the videos and things like that, you'll be able to notice, even when they create a person, there's always going to be a distinct difference. Like if I don't know how to do none of this, I'm just talking. If I was to put a picture up of AI and me right now, and we were talking to each other, you would be able to see that, wow, if you look enough, you can see a distinct difference. They're getting more and more cunning, but YouTube is going to be a step ahead of that too.
Yeah, y'all, the new policy is that you are required, and you have always been required to do this, but they are doubling down on that aspect of this, because it can be a matter of public safety and someone getting access to your financial and banking information by
stealing your identity,
stealing identity, all of those things, right? And Britt, you make a good point. You said that you would because you're a content creator, because you look with your left eye and you say, wait a minute now, something's not right there. But with my mom, who is 77 years young, would she be able to tell the difference? Probably not. And so that is
Right.
why.
And a lot of them have gotten the amount, KendyK, you said a mouthful, because the amount of our seniors, have been fooled
Yeah.
by AI. I'm talking about even voices. What they do now, you'll get a call on your phone, right? That's why I no longer talk. If I answer the phone, I'll tell my son, say something crazy. My 11-year-old, he's for the foolishness. So he'll get on the phone and go, he'll get on the phone and act crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times what they do is they wait for you to talk. They wait for you to say a couple of words. They create your voice. Then they search and see who you close to so they can use your voice. I had a gentleman on Facebook reach out to me acting like he was a guy that used to cut my hair previously. And
Y'all
then I
are
sat
teaching
there for a
me.
minute.
Y'all are
Yes, and
teaching me.
I had to pray for a minute, right? And I was like, first of all, no, you cut my hair and me and my son's hair for like 2 years. This man ain't calling nobody, asking them for $400-500 that he'll give back the next day. And so I messaged him. Yes, they record your voice. I messaged him. I said, hey, look, you got somebody impersonating you, going around asking people for money. I had another time, somebody had a real organization come through.
Okay.
I'm talking about they were giving out money. I go look up the whole organization. It was indeed a real organization, but they weren't giving it in that particular time frame. And they also, in that organization itself, it says this: we do not reach out by text message or Facebook Messenger or Instagram Messenger or TikTok Messenger. These people are so crafty that we
Yeah.
have to be careful. They even send crazy emails that look legitimate. I had somebody
Mm-hmm.
send me an email that said, hey, somebody just ordered a computer through your Amazon
Yep.
link on your account.
I've
Call
had
this
that.
number to verify, give me your information. And so I did not. I called Amazon directly.
Right.
I didn't use nothing they had on their link. I called Amazon directly. And they said, hey, you know what? No, that is a scam. I hope you did not give them any of your personal information. I said I didn't. Welcome, Mary's Life. It's in your hands now.
Yeah, Mary, welcome in, friend. Welcome. Welcome to the panel. Happy Friday, sister. Happy Friday. We have you on mute. I think we got you on mute, Mary.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Happy Friday. How are you guys doing?
Wonderful.
Good, thank you.
That's good. That's good. Well, I'm Mary. Mary's Life Journey is my channel name. And I create lifestyle content. So if you enjoy day-to-day lifestyle vlogs, home decorating, seasonal decorating, cook with me, it's just a variety of content. Make sure you come on over and just check out a video. If it's something that resonates with you, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you'll know and the thumbs up and the bell so you'll know when I upload future videos. Thank you so much, KendyK, for allowing me to come up. And
Absolutely.
I always enjoy your panels and what you're talking about. This is so interesting with this whole AI policy that's going on. So very interesting. So yes, I am taking channel inventory of my channel to make sure that I am within the guidelines, because I don't want nothing to block me when it is time for me to be monetized. So yes, I am definitely taking inventory of my channel and just going back and looking at some things as well on my channel. So
And
thank you
thank you.
so much.
You're so welcome, friend. And thank you for mentioning that, Mary, because I think that's what when after this panel concludes, that is what you should do with the information that you have now about
Mhm.
the YouTube Partner Program policy
Yeah.
updates. They go into effect next week, friends. Is you use that information to take stock of, because in many ways YouTube, new content creators like us are doing what we see happening in the YouTube streets. And
Mhm.
so you may have made some wrong choices, and because it's all over the place, right?
Right.
That garbage,
Mhm.
that AI trash is what they call it. That is what they call it, y'all. There are thousands, millions of videos in the YouTube streets. And some of those videos are in fact monetized, and we're still on the road to monetization. So they're trying to flush through
Yes.
all of that. And by first thing you got to do is put it in written policy, right? So that they can hold
Mhm.
everybody to that. And they've threatened, if you don't follow the guidelines, that they could demonetize your videos, your content, and or take you out of the partner programs, which means none of your content is eligible for monetization, or they could terminate your entire channel, which still means now you're not even on YouTube at all. So
Right.
they're serious about it. They are serious about it, but I think they have to be, in order to be able to meet the needs of the advertisers who
Mhm.
work in collaboration with us as content creators and with AdSense, the parent company. If they're going to match ads to our good content, it needs to be original. It needs to be
Right.
authentic. It needs to have substantial added value. It needs to add, right? Not just be some foolishness. It needs to add to the body of information so it can entertain or it can teach, right? It should entertain or it should teach. And then they added that human transformation approach, right? They really are clear. Once we break the policy down, they're kind of real clear. And none of that has changed what the original purpose of YouTube was. It really is about you being you, showing up as your authentic self. Go ahead, Mary. I
And,
thought you had something.
and I think this AI, it is really serious. I was speaking with another creator last night, and she sent me a video, a AI video. And when I tell you it looks so real,
We
I
just
really
talked about
couldn't tell the difference from, just a regular video and that AI video. It really looks real. It does not even look, like a picture per se, or just something you would just ask Chat GPT to me to create or anything like that. So I think that's another reason why they're really cracking down on this. And another video she sent me, because she is monetized on TikTok, but AI actually ran a live sale, and you will have thought the host was real, but the host was not real. That's how real it looked. Hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah, you have to be so careful that you're not scammed in any kind of way, even with the AI.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you have anything to share, Britt, with that?
I know she's telling the truth because it is very scary. I mean, people are taking over pages on social media platforms everywhere. I mean, here, Facebook, TikTok, IG, and any other, they are trying. Some of those people will take your whole pages. They but there's still this, as sharp as they are, there's still distinct differences that'll let you know that, hey, somebody is trying to take over your page. That's why I'm telling everybody, when I create another page, I'll say, hey, it is me. I created this page,
Yeah.
because people can take your stuff,
And in
but
person.
there's going to always be a flaw.
Mm-hmm.
It's going be as sharp as they think they are, they're always going to be a flaw there, even if they try to take over your page. So, listen, it's more than just about being a content creator, honey. We gotta get proactive and not trying to be preachy or anything, even before we even, and I'm guilty. Pick up this phone and say, God, before I start my day, you know what I'm saying? I need to give you praise, glory, and honor for this. And help me to say or what I don't say or what I need to say on this good here social media platform. Because he's going to be the one that's going to help our eyes be sharp and keen and give us discernment when it comes to, because people can play some games on platforms. I've had people message me right here. I was on my own live one day, and this guy acted like he was some Facebook person, right? And he was like, you're getting a warning. We're about to take down your page. And that happened like 2 or 3 times. And I ended up blocking it because I knew it was a scammer trying to get me to reach out to them so they could get information from me. That has happened. So, we all have to be careful. They are going after seniors. I've even had emails sent to me. Oh, you signed up for such and such and such. Please reach out to us. And then if you scroll down to the address, it be stuff from other countries and everything.
Yeah.
So we all have to be like careful on every platform.
Yeah. It makes me think about, I attended Finance Fridays over at Dr. Ninja Turtle's channel every Friday at 10:15 for an hour. And that's 10:15 Central Time. But he's talked about it in previous episodes of his Finance Fridays, that you really need to, we all work and try to improve our credit scores and all of that, but you should really also now focus on locking your credit report at all 3 credit bureaus and leave that sucker locked until there's an opportunity that you need to absolutely buy something, or until there's a reason. And so what if it comes right back and there's like, we can't pull this, and well, yeah, I locked it, let me unlock it, and they can take it off for, I think it's like 48 hours or something like that, and then it'll go right back on. They have different levels of locks. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So
I didn't
check
even
into
know
that.
that you could do that.
Yes.
That is awesome, because I remember one time I was going through mine and I had to get on the phone to call somebody. I was like, what are you talking about? I ain't buy no house no 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It was stuff on there that I had never even done. I was like, whoa, car? What car? I don't have a car. You know what I'm saying? Or I didn't buy that house. People will put stuff on there. So yes, that's a good idea. Thank you.
Welcome in, Sadie. Welcome in, friends. I'm gonna throw this one up here before you again. This is that last one we were talking about, y'all. This is if you were uploading new content, new original content from your YouTube studio.youtube.com. When you get to this portion, there is a question. The question has always been there. Okay. Do any of the following describe your content? It makes a real person appear to say something they didn't say. You have created an image that is supposed to be a real person. Even you, right? Some creators are out here playing it in folks' face, and they're not sitting there hosting a live stream. It's some type of AI created something serving as the host in their channel's live stream. You are, y'all, the policy is right there to the left. You are required to disclose that. And in doing so, it is going to put a flag on your content. Your content is still monetizable, but it will have that note that this is AI depicted voices and likenesses, so that no one is confused, right? And that, y'all, that's for our banking, financial security, all of it. It's all interrelated. We have the most advanced technology available to us in the world, not just in the US, in the world. But because of that, so do all the bad guys. They also have all this advanced technology available to them. Y'all, let's take a look here. Let's take a look as we're finishing up here. So what is still allowed? And y'all, if you have questions, go ahead and start dropping those in the chat, because I've just got a slide or two, and then we will take any other questions that you have. And y'all, not just for the co-host, but we're all going to share and contribute to this body of information and understanding. Check in the description box for this video and the makerspace session that we had yesterday. I added so many additional resources. In fact, YouTube put out a response to content creators because of the influx of questions, understandings, misunderstandings, questions. You know, people were scared, right? And so people had questions, and we didn't have many, and we had few answers. And so late yesterday, YouTube responded with their official response to content creators about the content creator program. I do, in fact, have a link to that document, and the document, it lies now in the help center for YouTube, right? It lies in the help center for YouTube. So, but if you need to get that link, and I hope you will read through it, because it has attached to it probably, last count I saw, about 40 questions that different creators took the courage to put in writing and ask, and then they issued a group response to many of the items there. So check that out. It's in the link to that is in the description box. I've got a video there for you. I told you I would post that video. I posted it on episode 7 yesterday, and I posted it here on episode 8 today. So what is still allowed? You are still allowed to use AI, right? So Gemini Diva, you are still allowed to use AI to create your thumbnails. You can still use AI to create your titles, your SEO optimized titles and descriptions, and to suggest hashtags and tags. And that's just working smart, y'all. That's just working smart. And y'all, it's not that, don't say, oh, she may not know what she's talking about in that one. I do know what I'm talking about, because if you go straight into yourstudio.youtube.com, when you bring up your content list, your list of all your content, y'all, they've even pushed the AI directly into your YouTube studio. It used to lie over there in column 4. Baby, they have moved that all the way to column 2, right? Right next to your videos, there is now a button, and it looks like some little yellow stars or something. And if you hover over that, it says inspiration. Friends, that is AI. And what it is doing is it's looking at the content you recently uploaded, because this is your listing of all your content on your channel, by videos, by shorts, by live streams. And it is going to give you suggestions with other content that it would be appropriate for you to think about. That is an appropriate use of AI. That y'all talk for me.
And I did notice that KendyK, when I had a chance to go into my YouTube studio on yesterday, I did notice that they had moved it over. And also I noticed, I guess it's the same thing that we're talking about, where like it said, like thumbnails, it even graded well, I wouldn't say great, but it gave me, out of all my videos, the most well, not optimized, but the best thumbnails, and suggested what I believe what thumbnails could, I could, redo so that I can get some views on the thumbnails. So yes, that button is there to help us
On
better.
every one of your videos, friends, on every one of your videos.
Yes, to help you with your, to better help you get views. I did notice that in the YouTube studio. Yes, I did.
Okay. Thank you. We've got some questions in the chat. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Okay. Y'all, I'm making a mess. I done spilled all my stuff, all my Amazon cuticle oil. Yeah. While I'm over here choking. Anyway, we had a question from the chat. Let me try to get these questions up here from the chat. Great questions. Anna Banana asks, so these rules start July the 15th. That's Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Does that mean it will start with the content you load starting as of the 15th? Or is it in reference to your past content? I'll let my co-host take it, or anyone from the chat to respond to Anna Banana.
I'm not sure. That's not something that I actually researched, but I would think they're probably going to be looking at all of our stuff. I wouldn't say quote me, and don't say Brit Family Fun or Yolanda said that this what it's going to be. I'm not sure if they're going to look at past content or they're going to start from now. I don't know if I'll be able to get it all done, but I was like, okay, shit. That I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should go look, because I do use some AI made thumbnails, but I forgot to put altered, on a lot of them.
It doesn't have to be. If you used AI, or you used, in fact, as Mary said, you see a thumbnail that you like, that YouTube created for you, right? They call it now inspirations, and they're in your studio.youtube.com in the second column, where it lists the long list of all of your content next to every single video. You know how you have the little icons? One of them is a little pencil in case you need to edit, and then you have the streaming one, and then you have the one that if you click on it, it's a little YouTube symbol to show you take you to the video live.
Okay.
Right next, there's another
still
one.
learning.
There's a new one, and it's yellow, and it looks like some little stars, but they don't look like a real star shape. But you'll say that's what she was talking about. I should have took a screen capture so you all could see it. But
I'm going back and looking.
You don't have to hit that little thing. You don't have to hit that little thing for that, unless the thumbnail was creating an image of you that was supposed to be you. Was it doing that?
Oh, okay. No, it's mostly like thumbnail type pictures. And actually, I didn't even do it on YouTube, because I didn't even know YouTube had it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did it somewhere else and just use it on a thumbnail here. But I'm hoping that eventually they'll come to the place where they will, kind of like on YouTube, where when you choose an AI for your something on your page, it automatically pops up AI info. You know what I mean? Because that's what it does. And I'm hoping because that way we won't have to, because sometimes you just trying to.
You said it does that. Done. You said YouTube, but what platform uses that already?
I didn't mean YouTube. I meant Facebook does it. Okay. When soon as you, like, say for instance, you want to create a post, and automatically you can scroll all the way down and it'll choose like AI, So when you choose it and you post it, say for instance, I decided to say something like, I'll say, imagine a summer's day with African American women all dressed in African American head wraps in uniform. I've done that kind of stuff before.
Yeah.
And then they'll create it, and then as soon as I post it, it'll say AI right at the top. And I love that particular feature. I mean, I know they're still trying to work on things and get the kinks out, but for those, because I know some people are really, really high anxiety about this right now. But don't despair. It's going to work out for us.
It is. And let me, because I see a whole new crew of folks streaming in, so I'm just going to try to roll through and take a tiny step back. But friends, my co-hosts are going to, and I, we're going to be in the back for just a second so I can make, this is as large as I can bring it up though. But friends, again, in an effort to rid the YouTube streets of all of the trash, the AI trash content, right? That is cluttering up YouTube to the point that the algorithm can't even see some of the newest and smallest content creators. And I would put myself amongst those, right? Because there are so many engines that are churning out AI generated trash that people can buy on the black market or Reddit or other, other sources. And that certainly violates the YouTube partner program policies, because your content is supposed to be, one, original, created by you. It's supposed to be, two, authentic, meaning it represents you and your brand, right? It violates all those things. But specifically, this is the policy that they're reiterating for Tuesday, because it's always been the policy. If your AI content is so realistic that it can be confused with a real person or someone's real likeness or their voice, so it's visuals and vocals, then you must, as part of your long format upload process, you must hit that yes button, okay? And by doing so, it's going to create a similar type disclaimer that is automatically put on content that looks like that. Co-host Britt said that Facebook already uses that, but it is your ethical responsibility, right? Or, so what if you think you're going to keep on, playing with AdSense and the YouTube partner program? You run the risk of losing monetization on individual videos, or being suspended from the YouTube partner program, or even having your entire channel terminated. They're not playing, y'all. They're not playing, okay? So we're going through this information because I want you to, I hope that it has put many of our fears at ease, okay? If it hasn't, please drop in the description box of this video and check out all of the resources. YouTube had such a tremendous influx of inquiries, questions, concerns from content creators that late yesterday, they disseminated a response to the collective of content creators. Please explain this further. Please explain these new policies further. And they have, in fact, responded. And so I have put those into this deck. So you will notice differences in episode 8 today versus information, not huge changes, but just further clarifications. Okay. But then I want you to be able to read it for yourself. I want you to read YouTube's official response to content creators who are inquiring or have concerns or wanted further clarification about the policies, the partner program policies for July the 15th, the new ones, okay? And they provided lots of links as well. So check that out. You can look at the policy. Y'all, the policy has always been in studio.youtube.com, your YouTube studio. It has always been there, friends. But sometimes we're too busy looking at our watch hours and seeing if we lost any subscribers, and you know what we're over there doing. But you need to spend some time over there in that last column. Let me just put this up, y'all. If you have questions, we're getting ready to come down. If you don't put any questions in that chat for us, last opportunity to drop questions, and let's ask them to the whole community. So check that out, y'all. So where do you find the policy? Well, number one, I have a quick link to the policy in the description box of this video. Okay, I put it there too. But I want to bring attention to how do you stay, because as a content creator, that is your agreement. By using the YouTube tools and YouTube Studio, you agree to stay up to date on all the information. Okay. You can't say I didn't know. Well, you can, but it's not going to, keep you out of trouble. It's your responsibility. So always go, you have this first column, which is your channel profile picture, and then the menu buttons to get you to navigate around YouTube Studio. That second column is information about your most recent videos. And if you scroll to the bottom of that, it talks about your recent community posts on your channel. Third column gives you additional information about content on your channel and especially your subscribers. But it's that last column, friends, that's not your channel content. That is YouTube giving you curated content specific to your channel, right? That is where if they see that you have few views, they might send you a little link to a thing. Here's 5 ways to improve your views. Right? Here, this is where they used to have the inspiration stuff, the AI suggestions, and now they put them in the second column. Y'all probably haven't even noticed it. They're in the second column. You're going to see where all your list of thumbnails with all your videos are. Now they have a new little icon there, and it's called inspiration. It used to sit over here. And now it's going to be right next to every single video. That's how much AI. And they have said in policy, friends, they have said in policy, when you watch this video, they have said that they want you to continue to use AI. And I know that that is true because they moved AI even closer to our videos. Mary just talked about it as a co-host. Mary just said that it literally suggests thumbnails to you and gives you 4 or 5 options. I looked at it yesterday. I could not believe it, Mary. I know exactly what you're talking about. Y'all, it even gave an outline. It said, hey, use this as the hook. That means, what are you going to say as soon as you start the video or the live stream? And then it gave you a whole outline. It didn't give you a script, but KendyK wouldn't need one because you gave me an outline. You told me where to start, where to finish. Okay. And sometimes it even gave suggestions for how long to spend on each part. Right.
Wow.
But then what you're supposed to do, y'all, is tailor that to you and who you are and how you show up in the world and how you show up in the YouTube streets. Right. But some friends y'all, it's supposed to be a support. Right? It's not ever supposed to take the place of you being you and your authentic self. It said, continue to use AI and AI's tools to help with your content creation process. Literally, y'all, when you rewatch this video, that is what it says in the language. What we want you to continue to do is use AI in your content to support your content creation process. But what you will not do is churn out a whole bunch of repetitive garbage and put it in our YouTube streets. Okay? Y'all, we are getting ready because, y'all, I'm tired. I'm choking. Thank y'all for joining us. Y'all have been lovely. What a great way. Because y'all, just me talking with the collective, and that is us. We are the collective of content creators. That has helped me get a better sense of confidence and peace, right? And if you really don't, it does. The more you go through that, and especially y'all, if you don't feel that yet, go to the resources that I have in the description box for this video and check out the information. Watch a video.
It's amazing.
Yeah, check out the links. Yeah, check it out. So that's what I feel good right now. And now I know that it is okay for me to get SEO optimized titles and descriptions. And y'all, I took a little note of that because I saw some of the comments coming through the chat when we started talking about that. If that is you sitting there and you're like, well, what is SEO? It's search engine optimized. And how do I get it? Well, we're going to take an episode or 2 or shop talk and talk about it. And y'all, my niche, KendyK, is going to be KendyK, right? KendyK is going to be KendyK in these YouTube streets. So me supporting you to learn how to use Nightbot or how to use ChatGPT, that's not going to stop me from winning.
No. No.
Y'all, let's just be kind. Let's just choose kindness. I'm going to pass it to you, Britt, and then for your final goodbyes, and then to Mary as
Yes,
well.
ma'am. Yes, yesterday, I didn't think about it till the end of the live, but let's please, those who know and understand the words of prayer, let's remember Texas and New Mexico and the Carolinas and any other places who have been hit by these unexpected um rain, flash flood types of deals that's going on. It's really a lot of stuff going on. But God didn't say if my people weren't called by my name for real. That it's up to us. It's
Mhm.
up to us to keep those people in prayer. He said he will comfort all of those who mourn. He said he will supply all of our needs, and they need supply. Sometimes it's just not enough. They need people on the ground that can feed the people. They need people who will be able to sew and help people with food and clothes and places to stay and things like that. And that was something that was definitely like on my heart because people are really, really having a hard time. There's those people out there, and guess what? There's people right here on our own soil. There's people that smile on the camera that cry behind the scenes, and we want to remember them too, um, because it's easy to get up here and put this on, but get off be in fetal position somewhere crying because whatever you're dealing with. So we just want to remember those that understand the words of prayer, that we not keep Texas, Mexico, and all of those places lifted up, that we lift up each other's too, because it's definitely not easy being in these YouTube streets. And I just want to encourage you, don't compare yourself to the next. I couldn't compare myself to KendyK or Miss Mary's Life or any other content creator. Be the best version of you. That's what's going to win the people. The best version of you. And we have to get to the point as um a community of people who start to read more. You know, like KendyK said, all the notes and nuggets and stuff that they leave in, and because I'm guilty. Okay, I'm guilty. I'm not going in there reading all that stuff, but the more she said, and I'm like, oh, I need to go check that out. I need to go take a look at it. So thank you so much for having me, and you and Miss Mary's Life. This was one of her Miss Mary's Life. She looked like something I want to say, hey mama, I'm around the corner. Can I pull up what you cooked today? And come to eat with you and have
Might
me
be
some
some of her
lemonade
good
or something.
juice. She had Mary's Life Journey had a great vlog today that dropped today. I watched the whole thing. Yeah, she was at the
Yes, ma'am.
grocery store. Then y'all came home, made juice. Love that.
Yes,
I
I'm
love it.
loving my new juicer. My Breville new juicer. It is absolutely awesome. So if anyone has not checked out my latest video, I dropped it. Me and the kids, we juiced, and so I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's already gone, so I'm gonna have to rejuice. So I'm just trying to implement it into my at least maybe twice a week,
Yeah.
trying to, juice and have some in the fridge and stuff.
Hmm.
It beats soda and Kool-Aid
Right.
and high C and all of that stuff because the kids, they have just went crazy with the drinks
I
and
bet
stuff.
they have.
So
I bet they have.
definitely check out that video. And if you just to drop a tip to any new creators in here, I have that juicer linked. I don't have an LTK, but I went to
Wait a minute.
Venable.
LTK, is that another juicer?
No, it's an affiliate link where you can link your items and get a
Okay.
commission.
Okay.
But I don't use them. I use Venable, and anybody can go to Venable. That is Benable. And anything that you have in your home, they are collabing with so many retailers, Amazon, Target. If you purchase things from Walmart, just to name a few, you can go on Bendable and link your things and earn a commission from it. So that's just a creator tip for all of those who are,
Mary.
might be interested in that. And also check my link tree out for my content creator planner. My planner is on there. So make sure you get you a planner and get organized. And if you haven't checked out my channel, Mary's Life Journey, come on over. I promise you, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love my boys. We just been, chilling this summer and just having a great time. You'll see a lot of summer videos up, very kid friendly. So just come on over and join the family. And I thank everyone in the chat who is speaking to me. Coach Sherry, how are you? Coach Sherry, she purchased my planner and has a review on her short of my planner. Y'all can go over to her channel and check it out. And Coach Mean Green is in here. Hi to all you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the live and just coming on here. And if you have any questions about the new monetization, please, I urge everybody to go to their YouTube studio, not on your phone because you're gonna miss a lot of things. Make sure you go on your computer so that you can see these new policies. I'll also grab the link and put it in my description too for anybody who's catching the replay. And just familiarize yourself. Take inventory of your channel. If you think it's something that's, falling in that criteria, you might want to just private that video because you don't want to be slighted in any kind of way when you get to time for monetization. I think the young lady asked the question.
I was just thinking about that question was asked. Yes.
So if you have any doubts, just private it for right now. I'm not sure about that if they're looking at prior videos or if it's going to, start, so I'm not really sure. But just to be on the safe side, if it's anything that's questionable to you, just private it for right now and just go through. You also can reach out to YouTube. I think they have a help link where you can send an email, send your questions in, and stuff, and just get it from the horse's mouth yourself.
Yeah, and I would say too, you're welcome. Thank you, Mary, and thank you, Britt, Yolanda. Y'all, if you look in YouTube Studio, in your YouTube Studio, at the very top in the upper right hand corner, there is a question in a circle, a question mark in a circle. Click on that, and that will help you to type in and get information. And then right next to it is where you could also email them right there from your YouTube Studio. That is your dashboard for everything. Okay. And that is how you can get into the help menu and look at all the articles and information and look at the policy for the partner program. You're probably wondering, well, what are the other policies, right? Because this is just one little itty bitty piece, y'all. You can just search for that using that question mark, and it will all come up because it's all just a repository of information based off of what other creators have asked, etc. YouTube has issued an official update, right, and response to content creators because of the enormous amount of confusion and need for greater understanding around this policy that goes into effect on July the 15th. So I have linked that response in the description box of my video, this video, episode 8. Check it out, read it for yourself is what I encourage you to do. If you want to go back to the policy, I also linked the policy there as well. In addition, I offer a couple of other videos from reputable vetted sources. Check it out. And y'all, if the question was, so there was a question, and we're leaving, I promise. There was a question that asked from our creator, and I don't see it right. Y'all, the chat is long tonight. But that means a lot of learning went forth and understanding. The question was, is this in reference to new content starting July the 15th and thereafter that we create? It must conform to all these guidelines. Or are they talking about all of our content, that those things that are live in public right now on YouTube that represent our channel? The answer to that, because I read through their response to content creators who had that same question, and because there's a whole bunch of information in the help. See, Mary's right. Go to the source, right? So go to YouTube help, and it does say that you, as the content creator, are responsible for all your content. All of your content, you are responsible for it. So it does apply to public content that is already out there that to this date may not have had any flags on it, that this is inappropriate or this has been deemed repetitive. Doesn't matter. They're telling you, and what it said even was that if people who recently went through the partner program and had their channel analyzed to be accepted into the YouTube partner program, if you were recently, like in the last, 3 or 4 weeks or so, they had even started using their software to evaluate channels based on these new standards, probably just for checks, right? Just to make sure there's a check and balance, make sure their programming works as it should. And so, yeah, you are responsible for all your content, be it old or new, and going forward, and everything you already created, right? So I agree with Mary. If something gives you pause, okay, and it might be deemed, it says it must have substantial value, added value to the body of entertainment or the body of knowledge content that's used for teaching and informing, right? There's 2 types of videos that are created for YouTube. One that entertains, and then one that, like for today, for Makerspace, this is not about shenanigans. This is about informing the collective and informing us as content creators. If it doesn't have substantial added value, they could deem it as inappropriate. It must be authentic to you and who you are and how you show up on YouTube and your channel. Y'all, so show up. Show up with yourself and your voice. Show up with yourself and your voice. Right? I'm done, y'all, because you're going to have to watch it on the replay because KendyK is tired, y'all. KendyK is tired. Love you with the love of the Lord, and keep the families who have experienced loss in your prayers and your thoughts. Thank you for sharing that. Y'all take good care. Goodbye for now.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.